Okay, good evening and welcome to Yeshiva YouTube Iyun it's Iyun. Tonight we're doing Masechah Shabbos Perek Yud Zayin, the 17th Perek Mishnayos Daled. And hey, Mishnah Daled introduces the Shita of Rabbi Yossi. Kol HaKelim Niton Chutz Me'Meser HaGadol V'Yasser HaMakaresha. And it seemingly continues. Kol HaKelim Niton L'Tzor Shalol L'Tzorech. According to Rabbi Yossi, the only type of muksa really, right, that you can't move for any purpose, muksa machas l'sar and kiss, is Meser HaGadol V'Yasser HaMakaresha. He only mentions two things. Now, a Meser HaGadol is our big saw. I would imagine it's a sawmill. They have movable sawmills, but they could cost upwards of $22,000. I just Googled it. Yasser HaMakaresha, I think, is a bulldozer. A huge plow you would use, a bulldozer. Those are types of things that you really can't use for any other purpose. Not because you can't use it. Technically, you could take a sawmill. If you could lift a sawmill, you can get 20 people to lift the sawmill, and you want to use it to crack open a nut. Maybe you could do it, but it's not convenient to do that. So therefore, this is not convenient to do it. That's something the Gemara calls muksa machas l'sar and kiss. The Gemara says you're kapid alai, you're makbid on it. Now, it doesn't mean you're makbid. You're just makbid not to use it for a different malacha, not because it's valuable. So a lot of people will make this mistake. Muksa machas l'sar and kiss is because it's valuable. So therefore, for example, let's say I have a kli which is worth a lot of money. Obviously, something which is malach l'isser. I have a sharp knife or something like that, or a butcher's knife or something like that, or something that, people have knives, are a shchita knife, right? A shchita knife, you don't want a shecht on Shabbos. The shchita knife is expensive. Shchita knife can be very expensive, I don't know how expensive. I wonder how expensive, but it's something expensive. People think, it's a muksa machas l'sar and kiss, and there's a lot of discussion in the poskim that things which are expensive and people are mocked that other people shouldn't touch them are considered muksa machas l'sar and kiss. To me, the fact that it gives these two examples, it could be there's other examples like this. You have other type of machinery and things like that you would only find in a factory. The reason that it's not permissible to move it for any other reason is because there's no way I possibly can have in mind that I'm going to use it for a different purpose, because these things are so heavy to move and so big to move and so cumbersome to move that practically I can't say I had in mind I was going to use it for another purpose. For example, a hammer, right, even though it's malach l'isser, it's used to build with, but you can conceivably say I planned, right, it's not muksa, it's not something which is out of bounds on Shabbos, right, which is, considered only for business-like purposes, because technically it's conceivable that I can use a hammer. If I don't have a nut cracker, I can use the hammer to crack open my nut. No one's going to say you can take a bulldozer and crack open your nuts with it. Even if you have a big didn't sound good. Crack. Didn't mean that in that way. No one's going to take a bulldozer and use it, for things like that. If you have a walnut or something like that, no one's going to, use a bulldozer to do that. So therefore, these are things which are completely out of the realm of usage on Shabbos. So they remain as business-like equipment, and there's no, even if you wanted to get 100 people together and pick it up and drop it on a walnut, it doesn't make a difference. First of all, the nut would get smashed also, but even if there's easily a way to use it for some purpose, it doesn't make a difference. It's not something conceivable that people would actually use for that. So when people say muksa machas l'sar and kiss, this person's makbid on it. If something's a shchita knife, which people can move around, and you want to use it to slice, to cut off peppers for your salad, I think that should be okay. Muksa machas l'sar and kiss doesn't mean because it's expensive. Muksa machas l'sar and kiss is because, these things are called, they're muksa machas l'sar and kiss, is they're so valuable, right, and they cost so much money that they're items which you can't move, right? The items that cost so much money usually are the things that, like a big tractor or a big bulldozer or a big sawmill. These things are just hard to move. It has to be really cost a lot of money, not like $100 or $1,000. We're talking about tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars. So those are types of things, muksa machas l'sar and kiss. It's not because of the value. It's because it's just not practical to use them for anything else besides what they're meant to be used for. And what they're normally meant to be used for is something which is a malach on Shabbos, and therefore it's in the realm of business, and you cannot move it for any other purpose on Shabbos. And we pass like that. Hope you enjoyed tonight's share. See you with the next one.